Hey guys, so we're running my Mono-U Tron deck today, and we're going to see how it goes. I've been doing fairly well recently, but that's not to say that I will continue to have success. But this is very keepable. Opening hand, so we have turn 2 Remand or Signet, depending on what I see land-wise on his turn 1. Thirst for Knowledge, Repeal, just a lot of good stuff. We'll probably play Signet just to have Thirst up on turn 3, for sure. But yeah, I'm going with this, so. Okay, so we're also playing against Tron. So, what to do? He won't have a turn 2 play. So we may as well go. I'm going to go Signet because I'm not worried about what he's going to play on turn 2. I'm worried about turn 3. Depending on which version he's playing, like, a lot of time Blue Tron will not lead off with a Tron land. At least I usually don't unless I have Expedition Map and all that stuff. But here we get a Power Plant, which is really good. And we'll go ahead and play our second Signet, leaving Remand up. So this is actually going fairly well. We have 5 mana on board without having Tron online, which is pretty sweet. So if he plays something, I'm definitely remanding it. Another Signet. Okay. That's interesting. It's strange. I don't know why he's running Relic main board anyway. There's not that much in the format that really would prompt me to play it main board. I'm just going to pass. Yeah, I'll pass and probably crack the map at the end of turn. So we're playing definitely a green-red Tron deck. Blue Tron does not run Chromatic Sphere. Don't really understand that play. I mean, I guess the draw is nice, but like, he knows he could have just played Wormcoil. Unless he thinks I have another counter in hand, but there's nothing to suggest that I do, except that I'm on blue, I guess, but again, that's not a guarantee that I have a counter. You need one more mana. So he's going to look for a Ghost Quarter or Tech Edge, something like that. Oh no, a second Tron piece. Okay, that's fine. Interesting choice. I wouldn't have been my first choice, but a fine play. Yeah, I wish I had the mana to actually counter it, but I don't, so there's that. So he's just using it as a cantrip, it looks like. And that's fine because now he's not, he doesn't have the ability to exile my graveyard when I get Academy Ruins online. Which should be a while from now, but or maybe not. Maybe it won't be that for long from now. I'm going to play the map, but I'm not going to crack it yet, and I'm going to pass. Depending on what he does, maybe repeal Worm Coil Engine. Nah, I think I'll just take 6. Because the first hit from Worm Coil is powerful, but I'm more worried about, like, what's his face, Karn resolving or something like that. I'd much rather counter that. No, it's not okay. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Spell Burst with buyback. Okay, sure. So he doesn't have the mana to really get Oblivion Stone off, so I'm not as worried about it now. I mean, it's still a major problem, but so he's using that to blow up my pieces, which I'm fine with too, because now these are really easy to repeal. Like, really easy to repeal. And I now have all my combo pieces. And Mindslaver. Cool. So we're very much on track to win the game here. So I would assume that if he runs into some other way of doing it, he's going to try to blow up Academy Ruins with his little Ghost Quarter / Tech Edge / whatever. Yeah, pass turn. And we'll hopefully Thirst and Repeal this turn. It's been a while since I played the Green-Red Tron deck, so this is pretty fun. But it's got Remand in it, so maybe it's Green-Blue, which I've not seen too much of, but hey. Green-Blue is one of my favorite color combinations, so because you get to play big stuff. So cool, we draw into that. We take 3. And we have a Condescend in hand. So, which isn't particularly useful against his deck. So let's see, if he pays 7, he's still got 5 up. So if he's got Karn or something like that, we're still in a sticky spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can Spell Burst it. Or make him tap out for it. I think... Very tricky situation. I'm not sure that I'd rather scry or draw 3. We'll let it resolve. And see if he's got anything else. If he plays something else, then I'll counter it. So end of turn Thirst. We'll discard Mindslaver and untap. Now, Platinum Angel could be pretty good here because he doesn't, aside from like Karn and stuff like that, I don't think he has too many ways of dealing with it. But I'm really liking Double Repeal, to be honest. That's going to be really good. 2 draws, and potentially even have Condescend up. Well, no. Depends. It really depends, but I'm just going to pass and Double Repeal because I really want to sift through my deck right now. I really need to draw into another Tron piece because I'm just lacking like 1 tower or something like that. That's not good. That's not what we wanted to see. So that doesn't make any sense. Response. Okay, so tower gets destroyed. We draw 2 first, and then we find a basic. Comes in untapped. Woot. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, so he's going to play his Worm Coil again. Oh, Karn. Okay, that's not favorable for us. See what he exiles. Power Plant. He does not apparently know what I'm playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not enough to repeal. It's not even enough to condescend. I can spell burst Worm Coil. It's not exactly ideal. I really don't know why he wouldn't have exiled the Academy Ruins, though. So actually, maybe I don't counter his Worm Coil. Maybe I end of turn, return, Expedition Map, get Tron online. And play if I end of turn fetch Expedition Map, I will have. It just depends on what he does, so we're just going to wait. We're going to see what happens, and we'll play in accordance with what he's doing. Yeah, I'm not liking this too much, but I could have played Platinum Angel and forced him to respond to it because I would attack Karn even if he plus forward and leaving him at 3. So, I mean, I guess it's not as effective, but it does at least apply pressure. Because right now I'm just kind of sitting back and letting him do his thing. That resolves. If he tries to play something else, I'd be more than willing to condescend it. Maybe he'll just sack Karn here and exile a second power plant. That seems to be along the same kind of lines he'd like to play, which would be pretty unfortunate for us. But so -3 target Academy runes. Okay. Return this. So we had to tap for floating there. And then activate. This, okay. Anyway. Okay, so now we should be happy. Okay, cool. So cool. We draw expedition map. Play another island. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we just play map. It's not really ideal, but yeah, we're gonna take 6, which is pretty rough, and then hope to God that we don't lose. But yeah, Karn's a jerk. He's so mean. Yeah, I can't beat that. So, response, I guess. Yeah, just good game. All right, so game 2. So I'm going to side in Crucible of Worlds because I'm not going to deal with my stuff getting blown up, and I really like the combo between Ghost Quarter and his lands in the Blue Tron matchup. What I'm going to take out, I definitely don't need 2 Mindslavers. Yeah, there's really not much that I really want to do. I mean, negate maybe for Karn, but I mean, the rest of my deck should be good against this matchup, to be honest. Maybe take out a repeal for a negate. try that. Seems pretty good. So Cyclonic Rift, pretty useful. Very good bounce effect for this kind of a deck because I don't assemble Tron as quickly as he does, because that's the whole purpose of his deck, whereas my deck is built kind of more to control for a bit longer. So yeah, it's basically what I'm working with. Because my deck is not going to get turn 3 Wormcoil every game, or at least it's not really attempting to. Yep. This is an interesting one. We could repeal the Expedition map, slow him down a turn, draw a card. I don't think that's the line of play I want to take, though. I'm going to take the Signet, because I would rather have 3 mana up and get a repeal for, still repeal something or whatever. Like, just having 3 mana is better than having 2. I guess I could have taken out Ugin and Sundering Titan for some more counter spells. That may be something I do in the next game. Mainly I was focused on just Crucible of Worlds, just because it's basically my only answer to his deck. Like, Infinite Ghost Quarter really hurts him. So yeah, I'm going to play around that. That's kind of my goal. I don't know why he wouldn't have named Academy Ruins. I still don't think he knows what my win condition is, because I will eventually just bounce the Pithing Needle in order to get mana if I need it, So, in the meantime, it doesn't seem that he has another land in hand, so, I think that's the better play than waiting to repeal Pithing Needle, because eventually I can just Cyclonic Rift and return everything, which will be better than allowing him to have the map out. So, because this will shut him off from Tron for just a bit longer and draws me closer to Tron. So, as long as that's happening, I'm happy. Surprised he kept a 1-lander. Seems really risky. Okay, Chromatic Star, trying to draw some stuff. So we have 4 mana on the board right now. Isn't enough really to Spell Burst much, except for maybe like Oblivion Stone, but I don't think you would play that right now. At least I don't think it's optimal to play that right now. But having Spell Burst in hand is useful. It's not as good against Tron. like this. It would have been nice if it were like a remand this early in the game. But, you know, I'll take it. At worst, I can counter like Expedition Map. Okay, so he's got 2 now. 2 lands. What's he gonna do with it? What's he gonna do with it? I think I'm gonna counter this. Yeah, why not? This is really gonna slow him down. Because keeping off Tron is quite possibly the most important thing I can do. So I have 5 mana online. It'd be really nice to have 6 mana online, but having 5 is pretty nifty. Because he's only at 2, which means we're very much ahead. If we can just draw into a mine or an expedition map, or even fabricate would get me my expedition map, and then I could play it. So, I mean, granted, it's slower than the other ways of playing map, but if I can get it, I might actually not even worry about it and just blow up his tower. Because that's really going to hurt him. I don't know how many basics he runs in blue-green, but my guess is not many. Okay, so it gets the second Tron piece. That's not too good for us, but again, like, we're still pretty far ahead. We just need a mine, so okay. Maybe he's like taps for both, does a Sylvan Scrying, or like does one. Yeah. He's probably gonna like do Sylvan Scrying or something here. My guess. I can't imagine why we would have kept a land or 1 land hand without Sylvan Scrying. Doesn't make much sense to me. Okay. Well, not ideal, but we can play Wormcoil now, so okay, so Remand, kind of expected it, but it was kind of worth a shot for me, just because I need to apply pressure early, since his deck does that. Okay. Well, that hurts a fair amount. You know, it's always like 1 Tron piece that you're missing. Okay. So again, I don't understand why Oblivion Stone would be something he wants to cast here. It's going to blow up my Signet so he can have, like, so he can lose his stars and his Pithing Needle, or that doesn't make sense. But it's just not a. It doesn't make sense as a play. Like, he knows I have Wormcoil too, so like I'm gonna get tokens out of it. Yeah, I had not something that made sense to me, but what do I know? What is this? Sylvan Scrying or something? Just trying to draw cards, I think. Hopefully he just searches for like another tower or something. That seems to be the line of play he wants. He seems to value mana over hurting your opponent's mana, which I prefer to keep my opponent off. Okay, so he does go for the Ghost Quarter, which that's unfortunate, but like, what is he going to quarter right now? I have 2 of each, so it doesn't make sense to try to quarter something. Spellskite. Sure. We'll wait till his end of turn to play Thirst. At least hold up mana for now. Yeah, Sylvan Scrying is a big advantage, but I still don't think he's 100% sure of how, like, what I'm going to do with Academy runs, so... Okay, so he does destroy Academy runs. Fortunately, I do have Crucible of Worlds. That's going to help, hopefully. But we'll see. Yeah, so I think our line of play is to discard Worm Coil and play Treasure Mage into Mindslaver. I think that's the right one. Go ahead and find our Mindslaver. There it is. So we probably remand it, which I don't know if he runs Condescend. Does he run Condescend? Doesn't seem something that his deck would really want to do. So I'm going to take my turn here. So yeah, this seems pretty good. Like I feel like I'm in a pretty good place because I'm going to blow up all this stuff, which allows, well, it's going to blow up the Signet, and that's fine. Is he going to crack Oblivion Stone, which is something I would do anyway? Okay, that's fine. Like, okay. I don't think he realized that the Signet would have been blown up anyway. Okay, so I'm totally cool with. Yeah, so that actually ended up being pretty okay for us. He does not have a tower in hand. So we're going to go ahead and blow that up. Find cards. Then we'll go Ugin. So yeah, we're gonna Ugin, and then Ugin, and then hopefully -10, and that should get us into the realm that we want to be in. So we'll go ahead and thirst here. We'll discard Signet. Seems reasonable to me. I've got enough mana as it is, so. Remand is going to be nice, because he's really got to hit a tower on these top 5, which, I mean, it's likely, but... Or some way of getting a tower. He's got to hit some method of getting a tower, so... okay, he gets it. Which, he doesn't have anything to cast with it right now, so... I'm pretty pleased with that. Cool. It's another expedition map. I think we just apply pressure and play a couple threats and leave up Remand. Two less to cast, which is not enough to get it on, right? Yeah, not even near enough. So he's still got a little work to do before he can cast them. Or cool. I think I'm in a pretty much unbeatable position here. So -10. Let's think about what I want to put into play. We'll go ahead and do O stone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5. That's all I got. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Still wouldn't have enough next turn. Second main. Go ahead and crack one. Find cards. Another tower. This is just for the sole purpose of thinning the deck at this point. And end. So yeah, we're sitting on a fairly nice hand right now. I mean, even if he does cast Emrakul, like, and attacks with it, I mean, it will blow up 6 things. I don't know, I guess Cyclonic Rift doesn't do too much because I don't have any way of stopping it from entering. I mean, if I could get up to 30 mana, you know, Chalice would stop it. That's not happening. Okay, so scoop and sideboard. What I said that Ugin might not be that great, which is probably a lie, but Sundering Titan definitely isn't that great. So we'll take it out and put in a second negate maybe, or yeah, I think a second negate is the answer here. Close. That seems better to me. Keep for sure. While this isn't necessarily the kind of game that I always want to play, turn 3 Crucible of Worlds Expedition map is going to be pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm going to have turn 3 Tron for sure, which isn't any different from him, but the question is, can I apply pressure faster than he can? Really, that's, I mean, the real question is, if I can get Wormcoil out turn 3, can he beat me? That's the biggest question, and I don't think the answer is yes. So we're going to go for a Tron piece first, and then with the second map, we'll go for an island and hope to be ahead on mana. Unless he has natural Tron, which he might. I mean, it's 100% possible. Happens to a lot of us every once in a while. So, Ooh, Yavkos, that's exciting. Didn't expect to see that. Ah, okay. Bah humbug. I'll take a Teleria West. So I'm ahead though, because he's got a colored thing, so I'm going to be able to get Wormcoil out next turn. Hopefully he won't have all the Tron pieces by this turn. Hopefully he's only able to fetch for 1, and then has to do some other sorcery to get something out. It's kind of funny because by sorcery I didn't mean an actual sorcery card, but the pun worked. So, sacking to draw? Question mark? Okay. Seems a bit weird. But I'm not object to it because that means that Crucible is useful again. This may be a game in which I'm going to be the mid-rangier of the mid-range decks, which could be pretty fun. Okay, cool. So now we're in a fine spot. Okay, so it goes back to my hand. I'll play Expedition Map. I still never expect Remand from the green Tron decks. It surprises. I've played against this deck now. This is my third game, and every single time it plays Remand, it catches me off guard. Something I should probably learn to deal with. The good news is that next turn, I might be able to slam Ugin. No, I won't be able to slam Ugin unless I go for like another tower, which I don't want to do. Ghost Quarter is not useful for him here, so I don't know why you would do it. Does have 2 expedition maps. That's pretty nifty. I guess he'll upkeep, blow something up, but I'll just in response search, so that doesn't make sense to me. Okay. Oh, we can't play another one right now, so we may as well crack the expedition map and find Academy ruins. I guess I should have found Quarter, but I can do that next turn with my final expedition map, so we still have time, which is just incredible, but it would have been more efficient to have done that this turn, because then I could just do things better. But now we have the basically infinite soft lock with Ghost Quarter, so and then we'll just pass. This is a game that's going to go fairly well for us, I think. Yeah, because the Infinite Ghost Quarter is going to be really hard for him to deal with. That much I can guarantee. yeah, I'm pretty stoked about where I am in this game right now. Um, if he tries to play something, I get to counter it right now. Condescend is very powerful at the moment. Sure, why not? You can keep playing Tron lands all day. It's I'm just gonna keep casting Ghost Quarter from my graveyard, or playing Ghost Quarter from my graveyard. And then I think so. I think this is our most efficient route of winning the game. I mean, it's not as efficient as Wormcoil Engine, but it's just very straightforward. Um, Drawing 7, gaining 7 is going to just basically win the game. There's not a way for him to come back from that, especially since I'm blowing up all of his Tron pieces. And he can play Tron pieces all day, but it's not going to do anything. So he's got 5 now. Sure, Ancient Stirrings. Okay. Yeah, I don't see myself losing this game with the board state as it is, with repeated Ghost Quarter as it is. He's going to look for some sort of replacement, and I'm just going to blow up the mine again. Because keeping off Tron is my primary goal. He's just really digging right now, hoping to draw into another mine or something so that he can get around this mess that is Ghost Quarter. But I'm trying to decide whether it's time to start building my own mana base, but I don't think so. I think it's time to just keep destroying his and discarding things, which I'm totally fine with. I'm not even interested in playing Wormcoil just because I don't need it, and I'm perfectly content just to bolt forever. I find that the most fun way to win anyway, aside from Mindslaver Lock. So, that being said, nothing's going to happen here. Draw a card, -10 again. Okay, and here we're just going to win. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have the Slaver Lock. blow up the tower. I guess I could have put one more land into play, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm perfectly fine with discarding land since I'll just get it back. My opponent is non-responsive. I probably would be too if that just happened. Yeah, I mean, I just blew up all of his Tron lands. He was able to get all of them, and I just said no. So, I mean, I am fairly certain I've won this game. There's no way for him to really come back. Like I said, this Ghost Quarter Crucible of Worlds combo is amazing. I really, really love when it happens. And yeah, it's incredibly useful, and I love boarding it against Tron. I mean, it's basically the only thing I really changed aside from adding a couple negates. I'm fairly certain I've won this one, but I do want to wait for my opponent to respond, just to be fair. And ask him if he's there. I apologize, this is really terrible to watch at home. I'm just kind of waiting for him to concede. Looks like he's not going to do it. I'm not going to make you watch this because I've established that I have the lock, and he can't counter it since it's just being put into play. And unless he's got like a stifle or something like that, or a squelch, or surgical extraction, he's lost at this point. And even if he had surgical extraction, why wouldn't he have used it on the tower or the ghost quarter that was eating all his lands? And you know, I have incredible board state here. He's not coming back from this, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish this up, and I'm gonna call it a day and leave the game. So thanks for watching, guys. We 2-1 against Blue-Green Tron, and I hope you guys have a great evening. See you later. Bye.